why don't we start with the COVID trends? So we are going to talk about a restaurant stock that did really well in COVID and one that really struggled. And maybe as part of that, we can kind of talk about some of the COVID trends that are going to continue or maybe possibly reverse. What do you have to share in terms of a good COVID restaurant stock and one that really suffered?
Yeah, for me, one of the best performing restaurants in 2020 was a company called Wingstop. Have you ever had Wingstop, Corinne?
I love wings. I think I had Wingstop in college. That was like the big, they'll deliver to your house. So maybe one or two times. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had it a couple times as well. My family's from Buffalo, New York, so I feel like I know wings. So I was really impressed when I first had Wingstop. The reason that they did so well during 2020 was because prior to the pandemic, 80% of their sales were already takeout, like either through delivery or, you order it online and you pick up in the store. So they were kind of already, when they went all delivery, all takeout, they didn't skip a beat. It was business as normal for them. So that really put them at an advantage during that time. Comparable sales were up big during the pandemic because there was few options, right, that were available, and they really were able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, if there was a Wingstop nearby, I probably would have had a ridiculous amount of Wingstop during the pandemic. So what is one that maybe struggled during the pandemic?
So as an example of a company that did not perform so well, that would be Cracker Barrel. That's kind of something that I think we're a little bit more familiar with in the South. I don't know if they've made it up Jeremy's way into New York City, maybe not. For those who aren't aware, Cracker Barrel is kind of a Southern comfort food sit-down restaurant, but that's only part of the business. The other part is they have this big store when you walk in. It's full of old country things like regional sodas or old-fashioned candies, things like that. And that was actually 20% of the business for Cracker Barrel prior to the pandemic. So that's not really a big e-commerce thing, right? That's more of you're at Cracker Barrel for a meal, and this is a cool little thing that it's kind of an impulse buy. So by not having people in the restaurants, and they did takeout, and takeout did great, but when you don't have people in the restaurants, that part of the business suffers.
Yeah, I do have some thoughts on Cracker Barrel. So I am totally susceptible to those impulse buys. Let me just say, like, I'm never looking for the kind of tchotchkes that you buy at Cracker Barrel online. Nobody seeks those out, but you're there and it's so cute. And you're like, oh my gosh. But the other thing about Cracker Barrel is it's such a like side of the highway stop, right? And people weren't driving on the highways and traveling as much during the pandemic. So, you have your loyal customers who are going to Cracker Barrel in town. And I don't think that, they probably switched to takeout, but they definitely lost out on that foot traffic of people going, up and down 95, which is where I see 100 Cracker Barrels when I go anywhere.